Hi there everyone, it's a musical aviator here. We're on the ground at Sydney. It's Milkrun Monday and we're off to... No, we're not off to Melbourne. We're currently in a Jetstream. This is Brindabella Airlines Jetstream 41 and we're going to go down to Cooma. This is a kind of a seasonal flight that Brindabella used to do every winter. Of course they don't do it anymore because they don't exist anymore, unfortunately. So currently Cooma is in the middle of ski season, at the beginning of ski season, and they are currently serviced by the following airlines. None. But we're going to pretend that they are. So let's get in and get on board and fly our little jet stream down to Cooma. Alright, looking at the checklist. Acceptance check, aircraft logbook is checked, circuit breakers are all fine, landing gear is checked, attached to the aircraft, and down. Flaps are up. Parking brake and shocks are off. Actually, the parking brake is on, shocks are off. Let's get the battery on. Battery is now on. And nav lights can come on now as well. Beacon is on, I'll turn that off for the moment. Windshield heat and all of that stuff is still off. Gear pins are stowed, aircraft documentation has been checked, emergency equipment is in. Winterization kit is checked and we've got it. Gear pins stowed, windshield's clean, seat and rudder pedals all good, crew oxygen, and then you know me, just do a test on that. Oxygen's fine, it's in the green band, just a little under 2 psi, 2000 should I say. Cockpit voice recorder. All that's up there, cool. Where the radar is off. Power levers. That's fine.
Condition motors taxi.
And that's fine. Okay, condition levers are taxi at the moment. No, they're full at the moment.
Condition motors taxi.
That's set. That's set to power idle. Just going to do a fire test. Air conditioning set, pressurization is auto, flight deck set, flow is good, pumps low pressure, that's to be expected. Fuel is in, let's do the standby pumps. Okay, we're starting on battery, which means we need to start the engines first. Gear is fine and in the green. Before start checklist, gear pins are out and we can start the beacon now. Fuel, just need to check that. 17, yeah, that's plenty. How much do we actually need? Barely 1,000. Doors are closed, batteries are on. Before start checks complete. And I believe that we are on the start locks. I'll just double check that by jumping forward here. Start locks look to be in. Unfeather, right engine, right pump is on. Okay, we're clear to the left, clear to the right. Right engine starting. MDT rising. $690 stable. Start the cutout, RPM 700. And let's do the other engine as well. Start left and engine start. RPM rising, EGT rising. ET stable at 690. Start the cutout. Let's get our other stuff on. Avionics coming up. And generators coming on. Let's get some lights on.
Gas system test, okay.
Copy TCAS. Let's listen to the ATIS as well, 12625.
In progress. In progress. Wind 270 degrees 15 knots. Cab OK. Temperature 15 QNH 1014. On first contact with Sydney. Ground or approach. Notify receipt of Bravo. Sydney. Terminal information. Bravo. Expect. Independent. Visual. Approach. Runway 3.
Sydney to Kuma.
And
Selected Sydney Cordo nearing Kuma.
Parallel.
So let's double check that.
Operation in progress. Independent departure in progress. Wind 270 degrees 15 knots. Cab OK. Temperature 15 QNH 1014. On first contact with Sydney. Ground or approach. Notify receipt of Bravo. Sydney. Terminal information.
Bravo.
Expect. Independent. Visual.
3 for left and right.
Runway 34 left and 34 right. 4 arrivals and departures. Parallel. Runway. Operation. In progress. Independent. Departure. In progress. Wind 270 degrees 15 knots. Cab OK. Temperature 15 QNH 1014. On first contact with Sydney. Ground or approach. Notify receipt of Bravo. Sydney. Terminal information. Bravo. Expect. Independent.
Cool. So it's Bravo, 3-4 left and right. I'm not sure which one we'll get. With any luck it'll be 3-4 left. Let's get that ready. And that'll probably be the Cordo departure. I think that's that. Or Glenfield. Glenfield departure with Cordo transition. It's the likely one. Yep. Alright, so we've got the FMS set with the flight plan. Let's go data. Cruise altitude 180. Transition level is 10,000. Why did that not take? Not ready for that yet. Let's do the departure. And that's called Tower. I think it is 1205. Sydney Terminal Tango Alpha Hotel requesting clearance to Kuma.
Hotel Tango Alpha November, stand by with clearance. It's 774, clear to Brisbane via entry, flight plan route, 15,000, and trust free departure. Runway 34 right, walk 4427, park is the Sydney Approach, 124. Flight plan via intra, flight plan route, intra, 3, intra. Initial altitude of 5,000 feet, departure runway 34 right, 4467, and departure on Sydney Approach 124.4. Descent style 724, thank you. Descent 724.
Alright, using FATS 9. Takeoff hotel, ready to copy.
Hotel, clear to Tuna, via call-out flight plan route, 13,000. Left order 6 departure, call-out transition, runway 34 left, walk 4470, passes with Sydney Approach, 124.4.
Takeoff hotel, cleared to Kuma via Glenfield 6 departure, Bordeaux transition, runway 34 left, initial climb 3000, squawk code 4470, Takeoff hotel.
Yeah, hotel.
Four 470 is set.
Rocket Charlie, ready for taxi.
And Scorpion standby with fire, the
Charlie,
Glenfield
taxi via
6,
Oh, Charlie,
runway 34 left, Bordeaux,
right.
selected. Let's check there's no double ups, and there are.
Alright, Golf and Charlie, clear cross 07 and Lima, Tango 6, hold the 34 right.
And that's fixed. That's done as well. Is set. Next data, that's good, and next data is fine. Flight plan set. I'm happy with that. Let's go into LNAV mode. And we go in map mode there. Yeah, that's interesting. Might also back it up with the Sydney VOR, which is 1121, and the course outbound, course we'll need that. Course is 243.
Charlie, customer 07, Lima, Tango 6, holding, foot, 34 right.
And that's set now. Right. Takeoff speeds IAS with flap 9. How heavy are we? .22. So 111 on the V1 and rotate. V2 safety is 115 and climb speed 145. So 111 there.
Sydney Tower, jet stop 24 with information Bravo, requesting push and stop.
And the rotate as well. Next one was 115.
531 with the code.
And finally 145.
Sorry, this is 734, pushing Catherine.
And that's all set.
Pushing started code, will contact you for taxi, jet star 724, thank you.
Curve start checks, emergency lights are armed, spoiler is armed. Approach mode not selected, ice protection not required. Texture checks, start locks removed. Now it's done. Flaps 9, trim in the green band, takeoff set. Cap unmuted, and then we just have the two greens in the beta range, that's fine. Instruments checked, takeoff data is set, takeoff brief, we'll do that in the taxi, and flight attendant. Turn off standby pumps as well. Flight attendant notified, let's go on to taxi light, and we're ready for movement. We have information Yankee, I believe it was. Was it? No, it's Bravo. Taxi checks are complete, next one's departure, and we'll do the brief. Sydney, Tango Alpha Hotel is ready for taxi. We're on domestic 3.
Tango Alpha Hotel, taxi by Charlie crossing way 07 to the Bravoton holding appointment referee.
Please provide Charlie holding short 07. Tango Alpha Hotel. Going domestic 3, we'll power on out with taxi thrust set. Alrighty, so after departure, actually on the departure, it's runway 34 left, probably the intersection, Bravo 10, maybe Lima. In which case we've got a runway which is 3,900 metres long, and we'll be using more than half of that. After departure, if everything goes well, we'll be heading 210 at 600 feet. So I'll set that up, 210. Set. From the heading of 210, we intercept the 243 degree outbound radial from Sydney to Glenfield. Glenfield is on NDB. and that NDB is frequency 428.
Was 2314 in a second.
We've been cleared to 3,000. So we'll just need to set that up. 3,000 is set. We need to set that on altitude selection. It's armed now.
Lima Tango Tango holding runway 34 right. Correct grade 1 Charlie Wing 2 Tango 15 not showing 34 right to take off 1 0 contact Sydney approach 34 principal to there.
Super right, please take off and pack to everyone. My concern.
And take a look at the map.
Sorry, Melbourne.
No aircraft on 25, no aircraft on 7.
Just
across.
531 clear to Melbourne. Flying wing on flight 6, 5000. No, for departure, wing on transition, 134 right, 4471. Departure to Sydney approach, 134.4.
Okay, safety briefing. V1 is 111. Before that we can abort. And after that we are airborne. Rotating at 111. Climb out speed is 115 or more. And we're aiming for 145 after departure. Flaps will come up in the acceleration phase. Now, because of the length of the runway, we can abort even slightly after rotation. But we'll only be doing that if there's something on fire, basically. Assuming everything goes well, we'll be departing via the procedure. 600 feet, we'll be making a manual turn of 210 degrees. From that stage, I might consider putting on a direct to Glenfield.
City Town, 145, Wiggy, approach for runway 34 right. 14, 15, not from 34 right, this lane.
VNAV TCAS on the first officer side. We do need now to have toga set, and that's done now. So flight director is in takeoff mode. Let's do the departure check. First one was flight controls. I'll just do that while we're moving here on the straight.
Say in quarter, please.
Flight controls checked and all clear. TOCWS.
Golf Charlie, personally 07.
It's checked.
Lima Tango Tango
Transponder. I'll hold on the transponder to the line.
Taxi via Charlie Bravo. Bravo 10. Tango unbelievable, I heard that 724. Yes, 724, you are correct.
Okay, let's go transponder on.
Traffic.
Take our set.
Tango at hotel, we 270 left, take takeoff, contact Sydney approach, 24 principal, have a good flight, bye bye.
34 left. 34 left, clear the tank. Tank over hotel.
Traffic.
Okay, transponder is on. Below the line. Ignition. Anti-ice. That's all set. Turn on conspicuousy and landing lights. And also strobes. Taxi lights can go off. Cabin crew, seats for departure. Gotta be in manual mode for departure. Flows done. Condition levers to flight.
Lima, Bravo, Charlie 1 into the
We have been cleared for takeoff. Departure checks complete. Let's go.
We will go on to Charlie by T1, just 724 away.
Takeoff power set.
Check.
7.
Traffic.
100.
V1, rotate.
Traffic.
Positive rate of climb.
Gear up.
Gear up.
Check.
531, request system set up. 521, that's it.
And flaps up.
Flaps up.
We're clear to contact departures 124.4. Let's start that turn out. Heading mode. Sydney departures, Tango Alpha Hotel out of 2,000 to 3,000.
Tango Alpha Hotel departures identified, climb to 5,000.
Climb 5,000, Tango Alpha Hotel. 5,000 foot set and apply selected.
Qantas 541, descend 6,000.
That's set. Nav
6,000,
armed.
541.
Sydney approach, establish on localizer runway 34 left, on the 63.
Qantas 63, clear ILS approach, runway 34 left.
Clear the ILS approach, runway 34 left, on the 63.
1,000 to go, or less.
Executive 361, descend 6,000. Begin 6,000, executive 361.
And acquiring. Copy icing. All apart. In altitude capture.
Mike Lima Charlie, contact Melbourne Centre 125.0. See ya.
125.0.
Icing systems are now on.
Qantas 63, contact Tower 120.5.
Contact Tower 120.5 and thank you and good evening.
Copy ice detect. After takeoff checks,
Yeah.
landing gear is up and off. Well, lights are off. Flaps are up. Still checking. APR is off. Flows complete. Lights. I'll leave those on mostly. Get the conspicuousy off, that's alright. Leaving landing on for the moment. Condition levers, we're at 98%. prop sync can come on. Prop and Indian anti-ice are now on. Now let's head over to the other mode, map mode. And let's go direct to next one after that. Direct track set. It's going to, we're already in there, aren't we? LNAV is set. Cool. Map on the other side. Leave that on TCAS. There we have LNAV set and an altitude applied. Just going to push the speed up a touch. Current temperature is 9 degrees, so just on the edge of icing, in and out of this turbulent, cloudy stuff.
Tango Alpha Hotel climbs to flight level 180.
Alpha level 180, Tango Alpha Hotel. 180 set, and let's go IAS mode with the inquiring. Roll the speed back a bit. 210 on the climb. Actually make it 200. 200 knots set. And we're now direct to Cordo on the 208 outbound radial. Cycling. There we go, all that ice is gone. See how much more power we can get out of these engines. Not all that much more. That's about everything.
Executive 361, descend to 1000, you have 25 track miles.
Right, we can do the seatbelt sign thing.
What do you want to descend to, sorry? Descend to 4,000. Descend 4,000 and 50 to 361.
Qantas 541, maintaining success.
Qantas 541, descend to 3,000. You have 255 miles to run.
3,000, Qantas 541.
That lake down there is the Cordo Reservoir, one of the lakes associated with the Sydney water supply. There is a dam at the end of it. And of course the waypoint that we're heading towards, Cordo, C-O-R-D-O, is a 5-letter truncation of the actual spelling, which is the French spelling Cordo, C-O-R-D-E-A-U-X. That's what the real lake is called.
Just 724 departures identified, climb flight level 280. Executive 361, turn left heading 070, descend 3000. Depth 070, descend 3000, executive 361.
Engines are just a little bit peaky at the moment. Nah, they're about right. That's cool. 750, I imagine there's icing there again. Cycle that ice. Let's pop it off. This is all affecting our climb rate. In other words, it's making our climb rate slower. All this ice and cloud. 4 degrees and inside the cloud.
Qantas 541, turn right heading 200.
Right, 200, Qantas 541.
Tango Alpha Hotel, contact Melbourne Centre 125.0. See ya.
Melbourne Centre 125.0, Tango Alpha Hotel. 250 set.
This is going 338 route and steering now.
Tango Alpha Hotel, I'm just calling on
Tango Alpha Hotel with you 10,000 for level 180.
Tango Alpha Hotel, good evening.
There's our next location, Nerig.
Just 519, 10 to 10,000, 1014.
Descend 10,000,
We may actually need to reduce our speed a bit to get some climb rate. And then do it in steps of 10.
Going 10 and you're going 7, waiting 370, 210.
Pops onto that ice again. Pop, there it goes. So those are ice boots. They're not actually heated or anything. They just expand with some air. And that pops all the ice that's already formed off it. Then they go back to their normal place and then the ice builds up again. So every couple of thousand feet you just got to check out the window, have a look outside. You can see the cloud actually starting to reduce the visibility even as close as the wing, so yeah.
What's the 491? What's the cruise max speed?
Current max speed 0.78 5.
What's the 491? Separation, cruise to mark station, all zero.
I'll say that again, full velocity.
Velocity 491, full sequencing. Decrease short cruise speed to mark station, all 80.
Mark this for 80.
New Zealand 348. The sequencing, increase your speed to max speed and descent, thanks.
Okay, New Zealand 348.
Just 519. Contact the Sydney approach on 124.
Alright. To get rid of. Let's see. CCT1, that means number 1 has broken off. Number 2, it's inflating until it breaks off. And then number 3. Now all of our ice boots have cycled at least once.
On this 519, contact the Sydney approach
Nice
on
clean,
124.
Uniced up wing, right there. Still doing 700 feet a minute, so we're quite okay. So when it gets down to 500 feet a minute or less, you need to reduce your actual forward speed.
Sydney approach on 124.4, good day, just 500.
Right, bring up some charts for Kuma. NDB, runway 36 or... Oh no, GNS is runway 18.
New Zealand at 348, 10,000, 014.
See the weather screen down there on the meadow.
New Zealand 348, the 10,000, 1014.
This is 10,000. 081014 348.
Now the weather down there at the moment looks to be
Velocity 491.
1 degree. Yeah.
Melbourne Centre on 125.
And wind's light and variable by the looks of it.
125, thank you very much.
It's runway 36 the preferred arrival runway because we can just taxi straight off. Assuming we're the only one here. We can depart on 18 if we wanted to. Let's grab the actual
New Zealand
angle
27, 10,000, 10,1014.
So I'll break the lights off again.
10,000,
Any luck, that won't be too much of a factor once we get out of this cloud.
Just 7 at 24 heading on the centre. Climb the possible 340.
Cool. I'm just going to listen to the AWIS at Kuma. Assuming that I can do that.
QNH 15 hectopascals. Temperature 0. Cloud clear below 2,000 feet. Visibility 10 kilometers. Viewpoint 0. 99%. Rainfall last 10 minutes nil. Kuma, AWS Aerodrome weather. Wind 010 degrees. 3 knots. QNH 1015 hectopascals. Temperature 0. Cloud clear below 2,000 feet. Visibility 10 kilometers. Viewpoint 0. Humidity 99%. Rainfall last 10 minutes nil.
So that's the Kuma weather information, AWIS, weather information system.
Contact Melbourne Centre on 125.2 and expect start.
And runway 36 is preferred. We had that wind 3 knots, 010. Temperature 0 degrees now. No clouds significantly. Oh, a bit of turbulence. Yeah, just the top of the cloud producing some turbulence there, I'd imagine. Most of the icing has gone away, so we might actually turn off the icing system now. And that should give us a little bit more range to push the engine a little bit higher.
You're leaving my control airspace, no further ATC services available. Frequency change the income approved and we've got a flight. Frequency change approved, next 100.
You can see that climb rate starting to take off again. Oh, a bit too much power. You can see the EGT, that's kind of a limiting factor at the moment. So we just control the throttles and then wait for the EGT to move up. There is a bit of lag there, so it's a bit hard to get it right exactly. Like for instance, I wouldn't mind them both being stuck at 516. We're at 515 on one and 510 on the other at the moment. I'll stop touching it.
Right, 167. 0 to 5. Clear to Sydney.
There we go, stop touching it again. That's just about right. Yeah, that's close.
New Zealand 27, contact Sydney approach on 124.4.
Let's look at the approach. It's Kuma, NDB Yankee, runway 26. NDB is 293. ADF. And that is now set. 1,000 foot to go. Altitude select is on. QNH should be 1013 set and on the standby. Let's look at the approach speeds. Landing at 21. You can get that from here as well.
NIC 167, star available.
So the landing, flaps 25, target speed is 125,
NIC
ref
167,
110.
arrival, runway 34 right, when ready to send flight level 210.
We might have the icing, yeah. So that's up the icing speeds, target speed 133 and reference 118.
Flight level 210.
135, 133. So that's set. That's our approaching speed target. And VREF landing speed will be 118. If we do need to go around, the V2 speed is 121 and then 145 on the climb out. That's the book done. Right, the actual approach will be the Kuma NDB. Let's see if we can stick some of that stuff in. Might do a VNAV as well. Top of descent at 56.1 miles. And we'll just do the approach, runway 36. And it's ND. So like that. Just need to check on that red speed, make sure we don't go over it, especially on this end. Wing is clean still.
Melbourne Centre, answer 22 at flight level 390, traffic.
Anyway, we're going to look at that approach, won't we? We can probably handle it manually. Requirement to cross Kuma NDB at 5,600.
One arrival, runway 34.
See if that's in there.
When ready, send flight level 210.
Kuma? Yeah, it's higher, so that's
Sorry,
fine.
one arrival, runway 34 left. When ready,
We're a Category B aircraft, so we'll be tracking out via the 156 radial out of the NDB. So I'll also set that up now with a heading. 156. That is set. And we track outbound on that for 1.5 minutes at 160 knots less. After 1.5 minutes we turn back inbound to join the 360 degree inbound. We do that at 4,700 or above. Once we're established on the 360 degree, we can descend down to 4,200. And then we can continue from the NDB itself down to the missed approach. So we need to cross the NDB at 4,200. And then as the needle swings around, we can descend down to 3,910. And decision height above ground, or MBA above ground, 822.
Crossing for 265, anything other than that. Your star is a... We've got one arrival, runway 34 left. I'm ready to send flight level 210.
Alright, so visual after about 4,000 feet on the side. We'll call it 4,000, that rounds it up.
North Tower, River. One arrival, runway 34 left. When ready, descend flight level 210.
Once you arrive at Kuma, the runway is 2,120 metres long. The elevation is 3,088 feet.
Getting on the center box, we call 52 at flight level 370.
Yeah, velocity 456 to Melbourne Centre. North Tower, the River. One arrival, runway 34 left. When ready, descend flight level 220.
45 miles, stop us at.
Melbourne Centre and descend 2 at top of the descent and it's possible to descent
And at top percent, we're looking for about 2,200 for the minute descent rate. That'll slow, that'll reduce as we descend and slow down.
And just 22 negative, maintain profile speed.
Maintain profile speed and
I've lost you 1 second. I've lost you 1, I'll get you to maintain your speed on the fence for the time being.
PMDG is set, 293. I believe that is showing itself up there.
I've lost you 1, if you can reduce your speed back, but if you can keep it as close to your max speed as you are able to, I'll appreciate it. Velocity 265, descending to 10,000, 281,014. Just 531.
Where is that? Let's identify that, ADF1. Yep, that's one. Da-da-da. Long, 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 long. So long, short, long, 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 long. Identified. We can start descending at 30 miles. We also have a CTAF down here, which is 118.1. We might even call that a unicorn of sorts. No tower at Kuma. So it's just us and whatever VFR traffic or other traffic happens to be in the area. Swapping to each other on 118.1.
It's 531 minutes and 11 seconds. Contact is 302. What? This is 541, just confirming your tracking wedges and changes. This is 541, that was good. This is 541, thanks.
I'm going to believe in this line, the car is secure.
This is Shutdown Northern Centre, taking the forecast. It's 25. Stand by to get this full code sorted out.
23 to go.
It's 25 you're identifying. Maintain flight of 364.
Yeah, that's about right. Cool. I'm just doing a couple of calculations there, the 3 times table. So we're trying to descend 13,000 feet. 13 times 3 equals 39. We've still got about 20 miles to go, and currently about 50, let's call it 52 miles to go. 52 minus 23 equals about 30, 29. It's 20 now. 52. So that gives us 32 miles of descent.
457. Final flight level 350.
Up to 350.
Call them with about 10 miles to go.
The velocity 1 there, you can reduce back to your profile 372.
Once we begin descent, we do need to turn on the seatbelt signs.
Velocity the 456, you can reduce.
In that time, let's do a descent and approach check. Yeah, flight attendant can be advised. Pressurization. Our land altitude here is 3,000 and...
That's 457, this is
88.
180.
So it's in at 2450, correct, okay, 180, over.
457, thank you.
There you go, 3,090. Pressurization is set, spoilers are armed. Fuel balance, and it's yeah, pretty good. About 5 out, not too bad. APR set, nice AOA. That's got AOA set, and we've got the icing approach set. Target speed 133 and reference 118. Landing data is set. Arrival brief is complete and approach brief is complete.
Velocity 1 descend to 10,000.
Descent checks complete. Melbourne Centre, Tango Alpha Hotel is requesting along.
Tango Alpha Hotel, into left you're at the edge of control deck space, your schedule in control deck space in descent. 028 is 1014, and no reported IFR traffic to arrival at Cleveland.
Copy the traffic, cleared to leave control area on descent, and copy QNH, Tango Alpha Hotel. I just need to look at the estimate.
Lieutenant, good evening, Plymouth 459 with you, climbing through flight level 310 for flight level 280.
Circuit time at 11. Which means that our time currently is 8:30.
Final flight level 360.
So 11 is 41, and we'll be on the ground by 45.
I'll be dispatching 507.
Qantas 457, if you could amend that time to final level 340.
So I'll start the descent down to level 130. 110 is fine. And then we'll go through after that. Looking at the sector, we're clear down to 8,000 feet in our area. till we get to 10 miles. And the 10 mile MSA is 5,007.
13265.
Let's start on down.
Sydney approach on 124, that's not full.
IAS mode selected, altitude select armed, and power's coming back. For about 1,500 a minute. See about time. Going on.
Sorry, this is your third, but I'll need to reduce your speed back on descent to
landing lights are on.
below 250 knots.
Still coming back. Zeta Tango Alpha Hotel as left flight level 180, estimating circuit time 45.
Tango Hotel, frequency change to the PMDG has approved. Report further one way on the ground and cancel silence.
Frequency change approved, and we'll call you on the ground for cancel silence. Tango Alpha Hotel. With the SAR time, I should have said. Okay, so I cleared into the CTAF now. And the QNH 1014.
22, contact Sydney approach on 124.4.
I'll give him a call.
Over to Sydney approach on 124.4.
All stations, Kuma, Tango Alpha Hotel, a JS4100 is on descent out of flight level 155 for Kuma. We'll be tracking in overhead and then jotting the NDB approach for runway 36. Estimate time in the circuit, time 41. No one else around in the Kuma area. We're not actually on the Unicom. I'm on a frequency as you can see 118.1. Now using FSN and the voice room files that we have in Australia, that will automatically connect to a room which is rw1.vatpac.org/YCOM Kuma. Reduce the power a little more. Wanting a descent rate of about 15. We might actually put that into vertical speed mode to do that. Let's back up the power touch so we don't end up in the overspeed. QNH is already set, 1014. Let's descend through the transition down to 8,000 feet. 8,000 set, and that is our MSA for the moment, so we're inside of 10 miles, which isn't very far off. That's going to keep it about there, 225, don't want to slow down too much, it takes too long otherwise. So in vertical speed mode on the descent, that means that we need manual control of throttles at all times. 10 miles. Current traffic, Tango Alpha Hotel, Jet Stream 41 is 10 miles to the north of the field. We'll be tracking in overhead the NDB, and the category A into final runway 36. Call on overhead the NDB. Alright, I think I've got most of the lights that we can get on. Let's put in the ice protection. That's not a problem, that's daytime. Oh look, snow. No ice yet because we're not in the clouds. With any luck we can skip the clouds and not need to use your anti-ice at all. I doubt that will be that lucky. How you got ice on? Going to roll that back to about 1200. Gone to 13, let's leave it there. 3 transition, 1014 set. On standby. And we're good on all 3. In the cabin again. Double ding is done. There's no point really doing a passenger announcement in this kind of aeroplane because you can't hear anyway. We're inside 10, so we can descend now to 5,600. $5,600 is set and altitude select is on. That would be the NDB. Going to go into heading mode. And we'll select that heading outbound 156. Traffic Kuma, Tango Alpha Hotel, overhead the NDB at 7,900, descending now to 5,600 on the approach, runway 36, NDB approach. Tango Alpha Hotel, Kuma traffic. Said Kuma traffic at the end there because there are other airports in the area that use the same CTAP frequency, and those other aircraft would probably hear us too if they're around. We can actually descend down to 4,700 in this segment. Just waiting for our seconds to tick through. I should actually reduce speed a bit here, so I'll pull up slightly. Make it 800 feet a minute descent rate. 700 is good enough. Power's coming back. Time 1. Power's on the go, and let's turn on in. I don't need to make a call there until we're on final. I like how I missed that cloud, although I'm not sure I'm going to miss all of it, so see how that goes. I'm going to keep that turn going. Heading 360. Altitude alert. We're on the inbound, so we can actually descend now to 4,200. And that is set. I'm just going to adjust that heading so it points straight at the NDB. Right about there. And I'm going to reduce that descent rate down to 500 feet a minute. Not sure, but I think I can see the runway. I'll look and see on the instruments for a while. Traffic Kuma, Tango Alpha Hotel, final approach leg, runway 36, Kuma. Definitely got something like a runway in sight. Forward part disconnected. Just going to turn a little bit out, and then we can line up correctly. Flaps 9, should I say? Flaps 9.
Flaps 9.
Check. Airfield inside. I think got the NDB inside as well. See the little flashing lights right about there. The NDB is a piece of metal that's stretched between the two of those towers. And we're just about on the sunline. Maybe overshot slightly. Need to remain at 4,200 until we cross NDB. Let's get the gear down.
Gear down.
Check. And flap 18.
Flaps 15.
15. Flap 25.
Minimums.
Flap 25.
Minimums.
Condition leverage flight.
Minimums.
Condition flight.
Minimums.
Copy the minimum.
Minimums. 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 Minimums.
Landing check, landing gear down 3 green. Flaps 25, condition levers flight, flows 3, and flight attendant is seated. Traffic Kuma, Tango Alpha Hotel, short final, 1836. Indicated over there as a T-VASI and not a PAPI. It's always white.
100. 50. 40.
It's slightly low now.
30.
Slightly
20.
high, high.
10.
Spoilers deployed.
70 knots.
Check. Bounce there. Spoilers are off. Gas locks engaged.
Ignition motors taxi.
Ignition levers taxi, flaps up. And transponder standby.
Flaps up.
Check. Traffic. Kuma, Tango Alpha Hotel, vacating runway 36.
Current 330, Wilmington and 91. From what? I call it 457, you're going to be in the market, please? Yeah, that is 0.82. I call it 457, because the initial market rate was 786. Down to 7. That's fine, what we'll do.
Okay, let's go there. Melbourne Centre, Tango Alpha Hotel, reporting on the ground at Kuma, time 4:90.
Tango Alpha Hotel, from the time what's
Tango Alpha Hotel. This airport by OZX, or might be ANS Aussie. I'll put a link to both of those down below. On the brakes. Parking brake set. Shutdown checks. Parking brake set. Right console can come off. Avionics master is off. Flows are off. Emergency lights should turn off. Cool. Avionics, masters are off already, radio going off now, generators coming off, seatbelt signs staying, let's get rid of the engines. Start locks in, that should be alright. Cool. Rest of those things. Okay, we can turn off the seatbelt signs now. Beacon coming off now. Battery on there. And we have completed the SAR watch transmit. and let's get rid of the batteries. So that's cool. We've arrived at Cooma, the Snowy Mountains airport, and our little truck's driving straight through the wing there. Let's ignore that for the moment. Snowy Mountains airport, freeware scenery in Australia. One of the OZX or Aussie Ants airports. Yeah, it's about as big as it is in real life. Now, as I did mention before, this aircraft used to fly this route every winter as a seasonal thing by Brindabella Airlines out to the Snowy Mountains Cooma Airport. Brindabella Airlines no longer exist, unfortunately. They did go bankrupt early in the year, and so for the first year in quite a long time there is no service to Cooma anymore for the snow season. There's a bus on the airport for some reason. Yeah. Normally you'd walk straight across into the terminal, you get your bags, and then there'd be a bus probably waiting for you on the other side of that building where all those trucks are. And you jump on the bus and you head off to the Snowy Mountains, probably Thredbo or Perisher, Smiggins, via Jindabyne. It's actually still a good hour drive away to get to the snow. But you did see some snow on the approach, and yeah, hope you enjoyed the flight today. It's a bit of a rare thing to get me pulling out the old Jetstream. Nice little aircraft, PMDG. You can also see a link for that below. And yeah, hope you enjoyed the flight. This is Musical Aviator on an unusual Milkrun Monday. Most of the aircraft you can probably hear from Melbourne Centre, tracking between Sydney and Melbourne, but we've decided to stop halfway down. Anyway, this is Musical Aviator, signing off for another Milkrun Monday. Catch ya.